California, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, thank you very much, Eddie, for your nice introduction. And also I want to say thank you to Fabiola and the entire family for asking me to speak here today. And I also want to say thank you very much to Senator Gloria Romero, who has called me several times to make sure that I'm here today. And I also want to say thank you to Bonnie Reese, our Education Secretary, for calling me several times. So there were a lot of people that were on me. And the only reason why they thought it was a challenge was because I'm going directly from here to a friend's funeral. One of my best friends has passed away, and we have a funeral in an hour from now, so that's why I have to leave early. But I wanted to make this funeral anyway, because Jaime was a great hero to me. And I was a big, big admirer of his work, because I always believed very strongly in what we do with our children has a tremendous effect on their entire life.
That's right.
And I have had this kind of an education when I grew up in Austria, where there was someone there 24 hours a day for me. If it is in the school, the teachers or the school principal, or if it is the mentor, the coaches, or at home, my mother, my father teaching us and coaching us in soccer late on in the evening. Jaime was that kind of a person. He had this extraordinary energy. And he knew that when America embraces you with open arms as an immigrant, that you have to give something back to your country. And he really believed, and every time I ran into him, he said, you know, we both are immigrants. Don't we love America? And he always talked about the need for giving something back. And he says, we all have to find our little niche, the things that we are specialized in, or the things that we're really passionate about, and then use that, whatever it is, and then give something back to the country. And for him, his passion were children. His passion was education. But the great thing, what made him really the best teacher, and why they made a movie of him, which was played by Eddie almost, and I have to say, Eddie, you did a great job with the acting, but you were not as good looking as our main man. Jaime was better looking. But you did a great job with the acting. I loved the work that you did. But the reason why they did a movie was because he was so extraordinary, because he did not just teach a subject and then you went on. He didn't just teach algebra or trigonometry or calculus or whatever it was, but he gave you the gift of getting really curious and creating that fire in your belly that wanted you to learn more. So after you learned from him, you went to the next class, to geography or to English or to history, whatever it was, and you wanted to learn more because he was teaching you how to learn more and how to be interested in knowledge. That was the gift that he had. It's the difference, we always talk about the difference between feeding someone that is hungry a fish or teaching him how to fish. What Jaime did was he taught people how to fish so they could go and go on the rest of their life and benefit from his classes. And he did that with such unbelievable enthusiasm. And what he basically did was, because of his way of teaching, he made every child rise up. He made them into eagles. He made them into eagles. We all know eagles. They're not low-altitude birds like turkeys. They're not turkeys, no. They're not medium-altitude birds like buzzards. No, they're high-altitude birds. Eagles are high-altitude birds. But what makes eagles soar high? The wind. And Jaime was that wind for the children. Jaime was that wind for the children. That was his special asset. And so for me, that started after-school programs here in Los Angeles and worked with Danny Hernandez from 20 years ago, and was interested in helping kids. If it's Special Olympics, it's after-school programs and general education, whatever it is. I ran into him many times and we talked about education, and I just loved his enthusiasm. Even though I was enthusiastic and passionate about education, I got even more passionate and more enthusiastic by just running into Jaime, because he had this special way about him. So I just wanted to say, he is going to live on, even though he passed away, but he's going to live on in our memory. And let me tell you something, instead of admiring the movie that was done or all the pictures that are being written and all this, I think the thing that we should do in honor of him is to just reach out and say thank you to any teacher that you run into. And any teacher that is here today, thank you for the great work that all